Moving forward over to the Pac-12, we have number 22 UCLA at number 11 Utah. The Utes, as it stands right now, are minus 4.5 point favorites. Now that will change dramatically and soon, and we'll get into that. There is an over-under of 52.5 points. This game kicks off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. You have to go back to the first home game of 2020 to find the last time the Utes lost at home. Before then, if you're not counting the COVID year, let's try, how about week 3 of 2018? This is a team that does not lose at home ever. But the big question is Cam Rising going to play? The medical staff said they'll make a decision Thursday. A little peek behind the curtain. We're recording this Wednesday night. I'm sorry, guys. This number is going to change when that information at least gets leaked out. Some professional bettors here. And same deal with tight end Brant Kuithe. This game is a total information battle. If we see the line move toward UCLA in the coming days or coming hours at this point, then Rising is out. If the line favors Utah, he's in. Cut and dry, hands down. But let's talk about the things that we do know for certain. Dante Moore, how about him? The show has come to UCLA. He has the number 1 quarterback passer rating when blitzed this season. He is eating defenses alive. Utah is a man-heavy defense and coverages. They dare opposing receivers to beat them. They are confident in their athletes on the perimeter. UCLA has the wide receivers to contend. They added J. Michael Sturtevant in the offseason. Really good crew. And man-to-man is a lot easier to decipher as a young quarterback. I'm interested to see if Utah comes out and tries to disguise some zone coverages, maybe making it look like man, and also disguise blitzes to instill a little bit of false confidence in Dante Moore, because that's what you do with a young kid, especially at home. It's not against the heaviest competition, but Dante Moore does have an 85% adjusted completion rate with an average depth of target of 11.7. That is second most among the top 30 adjusted completion quarterbacks, behind only Michael Penix. Pretty good company to be in if you're a true freshman. He has the 6th highest big-time throw rate nationally, but this is a new animal going against Utah's defense in Rice-Eccles Stadium. Utah's a very sound tackling team. I think they're really going to challenge Carson Steele, who's just lived with yards after contact this year. He's about 5.25 after contact. It's strength versus strength. UCLA's offensive line versus Utah's defensive line. But Kelly, what do your numbers say about this blockbuster?
Yep, I got Utah minus 3.5. It's a 60% win expectancy. Only a 55% chance that the average top 25 team would be 3-0 against Utah's schedule. That's the 5th best in the nation, and it's a large reason why Utah is number 6 in my most deserving rankings this week. The Utes are down a little bit less than a point in my ratings from number 15 in the preseason to number 17 currently. The offense has been worse than expected, to be honest, falling from number 12 to number 28. But that makes sense because we haven't had Cam Rising yet. If Cam Rising comes back, I fully expect that offense to bounce back in terms of their national unit ranking. The defense has been better than I expected, though. They've risen from number 22 to number 11. That is the best in the Pac-12. It's been the best in the Pac-12 all year for me. UCLA has been a pleasant surprise in the Pac-12. They've improved their power rating nearly 4.5 points. They're up from number 31 in the preseason to now number 22. The offense is now top 10. But it's the defense that has been much better than I expected in the preseason. They were number 66 to start out. They are now all the way up to number 27. You mentioned it. They haven't played a ton of stiff competition, but they've held that competition to much lower performance results than the model had expected of them coming in. That's why you see improvement on that side of the ball in the eyes of the model. This is strength versus strength. You mentioned it. You broke it down to the offensive and defensive lines. I'm just calling it number 10 UCLA offense, the number 11 Utah defense. It's evenly matched on the other side as well, Brett. Number 28 Utah offense, number 27 UCLA defense. The difference for me is that this game is in Salt Lake City, and it could be Cam Rising, depending on how that news comes out, probably the day that we drop this episode. I have Utah minus 3.5. 40% chance UCLA pulls off the upset on the road. I have Utah power rated better than UCLA. But these numbers that I'm about to talk about highlight the difference in schedule difficulty within the conference for these two teams. UCLA has a much better chance to make the conference championship game because their road is much easier. Currently a 19% chance for the Bruins to make it to Las Vegas. If they win this one, it's up to 32%, a 1 in 3 chance that UCLA is in Las Vegas. I mean, in end of September, that's much better than I think most people would have thought. If they lose it, it's down to a 10% chance. Again, still a path back because that schedule's relatively easy. Utah, though, currently just a 9% chance. I don't like where that number is. It's a very tough road. Their power rating has fallen, but if they get Cam Rising back, they're going to be better than the model's projecting because they haven't had him, and he's a difference maker like that. If they win this game, it's a 13% chance, so not a huge bump. But again, it's because the model's expecting Utah to win this game more times than not. If they lose, currently all the way down to a 2% chance. Now, again, you get Cam Rising back, and they play like the team that we thought maybe they'd be coming into the season. Anything is possible. But as the model's viewing it right now, a loss here would not be good for Utah's chances because they are having to face all the preseason contenders in the Pac-12 in addition to these good teams like UCLA who are kind of some sleeper picks.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Home field is a big thing here. Rice-Eccles, one of the most difficult places to play with a combination of elevation and just being a raucous environment. This is the first time playing in an environment like this of any magnitude for Dante Moore. The Rose Bowl, when it's housing UCLA, especially when they're hosting Coastal Carolina, is not Rice-Eccles Stadium. He has not been in an environment like this. I think he has a lot to prove with this game without a lot to lose. If he goes in and performs poorly or below average and UCLA loses, nobody's going to be questioning his talent because he went into Rice-Eccles Stadium and played an extremely aggressive and very athletic defense. So I think he can be able to come into this and play loose, as weird as that is, walking into this kind of daunting environment. Dante Moore, you've nothing to lose, dude. You have a lot to prove, but hey, we're going to give you a pass if you don't really perform all that well, unless it's like super detrimental. I can't bet a side without a word on Rising. When you're listening to this, you may already have that information. So I apologize, but check in with the Lines Discord for more up-to-date plays on that. We are going to be talking about it. The second that drops, the Discord's going to be lighting up, and you'll be able to have some action on this game in that event.